So welcome students. In this video we're going to be talking about frequency tables again. We're going to kind of review how to fill those out. And then what's new is we will take the information that's in this frequency table, this two-way frequency table, and we're going to transpose it to a Venn diagram. We'll first begin by filling out our frequency table. It says a survey finds that 182 people ate breakfast and 163 people skipped breakfast. Of those who ate breakfast, 96 people felt tired, and of those who skipped breakfast, 70 people felt tired. Make a two-way table that shows the conditional and relative frequency based upon the breakfast totals. Complete the Venn diagram and find the probability that a person surveyed does not eat breakfast and feels tired. Okay, so how we have got this table set up, we've got breakfast was a yes, so they ate breakfast. Breakfast was a no, so they skipped it. If they were tired, we put a yes. If they weren't tired, we put a no. Our first total here, all the people that ate breakfast, was 182. So let's go ahead and fill that in. Those that skipped breakfast was 163. If we add that up, I get 345 total people were surveyed. Of those who ate breakfast, 96 people felt tired, so 96 people, they ate breakfast and for whatever reason they felt tired afterwards. And those who skipped breakfast, 70 people felt tired. So if I add those all together, I get 166 people felt tired, regardless if they ate breakfast or if they didn't eat breakfast. I filled out the rest of my frequency table. So I took the total for the row, subtract 96 from the people that felt tired after eating breakfast. So it gave me the people that ate breakfast, and for some reason they still felt tired. So 163 minus the 70 of those that did not eat breakfast leaves 93 of those that did not eat breakfast and that were also tired. And then I did it also here. So a total of 166 people felt tired regardless if they ate breakfast or not. Subtract that from 345 and I get 179. In filling out this Venn diagram, there's a couple of ways to look at it. First of all, we're going to look at it by row and column. So this cell right here is on row 1, column 1. So we're going to put R1, column 1. This cell right here is still row 1, but it's column 2. So let's fill that out as row 1, column 2. This cell right here with the 70 in it is row 2, column 1. And then this cell right here would be row 2, column 2. You can see how I've kind of I've labeled these within the Venn diagram. So this first cell right here where we have the intersection where it has a yes and yes, that belongs to the center piece. So you want yes, yes on both of them. This next one right here was where you have a no. They didn't eat breakfast, but you have a yes for the second place. So these two yeses, this is like a negative positive. This is positive positive on both answers. So it was a no for breakfast, but it was a yes for getting tired. And then the same kind of thing rule applies for row 1, column 2. It's a yes followed by a no for being tired. It's just the opposite of right here. Do you see those two are just the opposite? And then these are just the opposite inside here, where R2 and C2, this column right here, has a no for breakfast and a no for being tired. So when you fill these out, you can kind of have this in mind. So this is the intersection right here where it has both yeses. This right here is a no for eating breakfast for the row, and it's a yes for the column. This one is a yes for the row, a no for the column, and this is a no for both. Okay, so that will help you fill this table out. Now another thing to remember about this is if I take up all these cells, if I take row 2, column 1, that's in this area right here, I add it to the intersection, row 1, column 1, So this middle piece here, I take this third piece out here, row 1, cell 2, plus the outside where it doesn't belong to anything. It's kind of a no, it's a no on both. Row 2, column 2 is when you add those up, it should equal the total right here. So we'll make sure we check that as we go forward and do this. Okay, we're going to fill out our Venn diagram now using our frequency table. So like I said before, row 1, column 1 is the first one we want to do, and that's where we have a yes in both instances. So it's a yes for breakfast and it's a yes for getting tired, which may not necessarily a good thing, but what we're doing is we're just looking at the positive part in our Venn diagram from our frequency table. That will be 96. Now I'm looking at row 2, column 1. So row 2, column 1, this is where we have, yes, they're tired, but they didn't eat breakfast. And that totals up to be, for that cell, is 70. So again, we're just looking at the joint frequencies. We're not looking at the marginal frequencies. Okay, row 1, column 2. So there's row 1, column 2. That's an 86. And again, that's a yes for breakfast and a no for being tired. You can see how the positive and negative answers flow together here. And then the one that goes on the outside that doesn't belong in any side of the circle is where we had a no, and that gave us a 93. Now if we go ahead and add these up, let me get out my calculator here. We'll see that they add up to, we'll check to see if they add up to 345. So I have 70 plus 96 plus 86 plus 93 should equal 345. And it does, so that means I've filled out my frequency table correctly. Okay. Now what we're asked to do next is find the probability that a person surveyed does not eat breakfast and feels tired. So the probability that somebody does not eat breakfast and feels tired, we have 70 people. So that would be 70. The entire amount would be 345. Now take my calculator again. I'll divide 70 by 345, and that will give me the probability that a random person did not eat breakfast and was also tired. So that would be right around 20%. So 0.20 would be the probability. If you have any questions, please come visit with me and we can sit down and do a couple of these together and try to get you squared away. Okay, thanks for watching.